Manga, manga, manga TV. Cha! Hello and welcome to Manga TV. I'm your host, Gotta Read Them All, and today I'm going to be talking about a manga challenge that I've been undertaking for nearly a year now. But first, let's lay a little groundwork. I first read a manga when I was 18. I read a couple of volumes of Lupin the Third and even some Cowboy Bebop. I thought they were cool, but I never fully immersed myself in the hobby, and that was mostly because of the price. The average volume of manga costs around a tenner, but most can easily be read in about an hour. And in my eyes, that's just not good value for money. Especially when you compare manga against a novel, which is a similar price, but can easily take over 10 hours to read. And even more if you're a slow reader like me. And that's before you consider the length of some manga series. For example, Naruto is 72 volumes long, which could cost you as much as £650 at full retail price. That's £650 just to experience a full story, which yet again looks bad in comparison to novels, which often contain a whole story in a single purchase. But maybe that's not a fair comparison. However, if you compare Naruto to the full Harry Potter series, you get a better idea of the true cost of manga. But obviously, I don't want to read novels, I want to read manga. I just wish it was a little bit more affordable. Now, I know I might be starting to sound a little bit like a cheapskate, but I know several other people who have given up on manga for that very same reason. It's just too much money for what you get in return. And then I made a discovery. Or perhaps I should say, my girlfriend made a discovery. And that discovery was single volume manga. She found a thread on Reddit where people had documented every single volume manga that had been released in English and compiled it together into a nice handy spreadsheet. Although the spreadsheet isn't completely up to date, it names hundreds of single volume manga. This is exactly what I've been waiting for, a chance to read manga at an affordable price. Sure, you might still only be getting one volume of manga for £8 to £10, but with single volume manga you're getting a complete story with every single purchase, which is perfect for someone like me who doesn't want the long-term financial commitment that comes with collecting some manga series. And yes, maybe one volume is too little to build a deep and meaningful story, but that's where all-in-one omnibuses come in. I think they're going to be the best part of this challenge, as they can have several volumes of manga all inside one book, yet again increasing the product's value for money. For example, here I have the Demon Auroron Omnibus, which contains all 4 volumes of the manga inside one hefty book, which cost me £10 second hand. So yeah, that is my challenge. I've decided to dedicate myself to trying to read every single volume manga. You know, give or take. I mean, if I'm honest with myself, I'm probably not going to be able to read them all. There's just way too much single volume manga in the world. In fact, my calculations suggest there is easily 400 volumes currently available on the market. Also, I don't really have any interest in Yuri or boys' love titles. Although, maybe I should give Yuri another chance. Nor do I really have any interest in that artist who draws people going for a walk. Or that other guy that really likes geometric shapes. Also, I'm a little unsure on the older stuff. I've picked out 3 Osamu Tezuka titles that I'd like to read as a test run. And if I enjoy them, then I'll be adding more of his titles to my list. Which isn't exactly ideal, because that crazy bastard made millions of manga. In the end, I've compiled myself a list of 177 single volume manga that I'd like to read. But obviously that figure has the potential to change as more and more manga is released. So far, I've bought 59 of the 177 manga I intend to buy and read. I've attached some photos of what I've got so far, so feel free to pause this video if you want to browse through my collection. There's also a few I've read and sold because they weren't particularly my thing. I'm really enjoying this challenge so far. I absolutely love bargain hunting and searching for that elusive item at exactly the right price. I've also read a handful of classics that I've absolutely fallen in love with. These all come highly rated from me. In fact, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas was actually the best manga I read in the whole of 2025. I'm constantly adding new manga to my collection, and I intend to post something on my channel every time I get a new haul. I've already earmarked a few manga that I'm desperate to add to my collection, but for now I'll behave myself and wait until I find them at a good price. Anyway, that's the end of my video, thanks for watching. If you're interested in single volume manga, then please drop me a comment below. I'm willing to give advice, and I'm always willing to listen to any recommendations. But mostly, I just like to talk to someone with the same interests as me. Thanks for watching. PS, don't forget to support this small channel by subscribing and watching some of our other videos.